So, in third place on the cross-country day of the Land Rover Burghley Horse Trials, we have Janelle Price from New Zealand on Classic Moe. Janelle, we know you have this reputation, we've seen you do it before, to go fast around cross-country courses. How was it going around, coming back inside the time on that round today?
This reputation is becoming a bit of a problem actually, but she's the fast one. I just have to keep up with her. But she really did give me a fantastic ride today. I think she was pretty faultless really from start to finish. Certainly when we walked the course, it was pretty big and imposing, very Burghley-like. Captain Phillips is always creative. There's some things we've never seen before. We weren't really sure how they were going to ride, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Any questions for Janelle? Yes,
Did you have any surprises in terms of things riding differently to how they walked?
Were there any surprises with things riding differently than you walked them?
No, not personally. No, I mean, like I said, I had a good plan when I went out. Obviously, going late in the day, I'd had the opportunity to watch some. We always knew the time was going to be difficult, and we had to take some economical lines, but it all went well.
Any more questions for Janelle? No? All happy? Janelle, very well. If you could pass it to Tim Price on Ringwood Skyboy. An interesting cross-country round for a number of reasons for you, Tim. I've got to ask it because we were down there. You got a wasp inside your shirt, didn't you, and it bit you. And how difficult was it to concentrate? It's a little bit. We have a program over here, and they asked what happened next. How did it make any difference?
No, I mean it's completely nothing to do with my cross-country round actually, because it didn't affect my round. But it was just one of those peculiar things. After Discovery Valley, a little scratchy sensation here, which you'd normally sort of attribute to like a little thistly thing. So I tried to adjust it and no, it wouldn't go away, so I carried on with my round. So the round was regardless, and then when I got back I was aware of it again, and I lifted my top up and a little wasp just flew away. I think he looked quite annoyed with the whole experience. And I was like, I am too, but he flew off, so that's the end of that.
But having sort of carried the natural world element, did the course ride like you walked it? Did you do everything you were going to do?
Not really, no. Survive it, that was what I wanted to do, and I knew that we were capable of doing. No, with Skyboy, he's not your most conventional jumper, which I think was quite obvious for all to see, and he's got a lot of scope, and he's very honest, and he tries hard, and that stands us in good stead. He just really wants to get there, so the likes of the Trout Hatchery was a bit of a scramble, and there was one other, Discovery Valley was not so great either, but then other than that, it did ride to a plan, but it's one of those courses you have to respect it and take it as it comes and use a bit of feel and make choices along the way. So.
Thank you. Any questions for Tim? No? All happy? There we are. Oh, hang on. Yes? Yes.
What was the going like? Was it stickier than you thought?
No, it was better. Yeah, I think it rode really good.
Going was good.
Do you think the horse is going to come out well for the show jumping?
I think the way they came home, they should do, yeah. They came home really well.
Brilliant.
I've got one more.
Go on, no, by all means.
Did the riders prefer it this way round or the other way round?
Does the riders prefer it this way round or the other way round?
I don't think we favour one over the other. It's always different. It's always a real challenge. It was fun to have a new direction because no one could quite predict. You couldn't go off history at all. And so that was quite a fun element personally anyway. It was just to see how it went, and I was a little bit surprised at how well they churned up Winners Avenue and regained their composure coming back down to the Dairy Mound, and I think it worked well. Good.
Ever the diplomat, Tim Price. If you'd like to pass the microphone on to Mikhail. Mikhail, we've waited a long time for you to come and compete at Burghley. A very exciting day for you. Can you just talk us through your cross-country day here today? The whole day.
Okay, the first round with Fischer Okada was very quick because I think after 40 seconds this was finished. This was a very bad mistake. I think the jumps, every jump was good to there, just 3. And then I go into the water. I think it was also good. And then I was very slow. And then I was to catch a good rhythm to the next fence. And then she fall into the water. It was very stupid. But I come back to the stable, and my brother said, now you have to start fighting, because with Sam I was on the 7th place, now you are on the 6th place.
Okay. That's a very cunning plan. So you tell us about your round though on La Biotechnique. Take it close, if we could.
La Biocelic Sam, I know that he's a really strong horse in the cross country. I know him from many competitions, from many championships. He's a very, very strong horse. I was a little bit slow in the beginning, a little bit slow up the long hill to fence number 13. But after this, I want to catch the time, and he was so much fighting and jumping. Very, very good. He gave me a really good feeling.
And your leg is okay?
Yeah, it's okay enough.
It's all right. Any questions from Mikhail? Yep.
How would this 4-star compare to the others you've done, generally?
How does this course compare to others?
Every is different. Every competition is different. It was a really tough 4-star competition, I think, but we had very good conditions. We had perfect ground, good weather. The horses feel very well, I think. And yeah, this is a competition with a very high tradition. So it's very nice for me to be here the first time, and everything looks fantastic.
Okay, any more questions for Mikhail? Okay, thank Danka. If you'd like to just pass the microphone to the designer of the course today, Captain Mark Phillips. Captain Phillips, I can't think of too many questions I can ask each, and I do think that you've had time to reflect on the course, you've had time to reflect on the results and what happened. Can you just give us your thoughts, please?
Well, obviously it was a big track, and so I was pretty nervous. I have to say the riders rode a lot of the fences a little differently to what I thought, so I thought, well, how much do I know? I was hoping for 2 or 3 inside the time, and I'm glad actually that we did get it, and Michael was only like a couple of seconds out. What really pleased me, of all the ones that started, I think only 12 walked home. I was expecting a bigger number than that over a track of this size. And I think there was 38 clear runs, something like that, which again, that's a good percentage out for this size of course. So I'm very relieved and happy man tonight.
That's cool, that's good. Any questions for Captain Phillips? Yes, Catherine, if we could start with you.
What rode differently to the way that you thought it would ride?
What rode differently to the way that you designed it or that we thought it might?
I think I was sort of quite. I mean, most people had capabilities went on the left, and I was sort of quite happy about that. I didn't see the 4 strides coming at the Cotswoldy to the Triple Brush. The gate at the Dairy Mine frightened me to death, but about half jumped that. I didn't really see the 3 strides coming at Rolex, and the trout hatchery was a lot more forgiving than I thought it was going to be. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, that was about it. I was pleased that Discovery Valley had a little bit of an influence at the end there. I'll pass the 8-minute mark. Yeah, I mean, I think it was about 50-50 who went both ways. Anybody who rode a little bit forward at the bounce gave a fantastic picture. The people who got into trouble were ones a little backwards, or don't come to Burley if you're going to ride backwards.
So, one more question. Yep.
Is it too soon to decide if you're going to keep this direction of track for next year?
are you going to keep this direction for next year? How are you feeling?
We'll, when you change direction, particularly at a place like Burley where there's really no flat ground, it's actually quite an expensive exercise to turn it around. So I think I'll be under some pressure to keep it this way for you know, a year or two. But what's going to happen is the riders will learn from this year about how to do this, because I think what they learned today was you know, if you were down at Cotswold Leap, it was very difficult this way round to get your time back. And so next year riding, I've got to be closer to the clock at the top of the hill now. Because riders, they don't go home and not learn. But I can promise you one thing, it won't be bigger next year.